And we are back for DMC Peak of Combat. This is actually Chapter 4 and Chapter 4.1. As we go in, we'll see the Troll Fire. This guy, you guys, is going to be quite an annoying type enemy where if you get too close to him, he will burst and basically blow up. Now, what I found to be good about these guys, which you will see in like the combat, is that there you see that attack right there, which I blew back. But the good thing, like I was going to say, if you are battling multiple enemies, one good tactic to let you guys know is go ahead and get him warmed up, meaning don't attack like I'm doing right now. Attack him first. You get that going on, and then he can actually hurt the other opponents. This was a combat kind of trick that I found out and then been trying. Now as we go into chapter 4, and this will be 4.1, we're going to be using that spellbook, and here is that where, if you guys just noticed, I was able to wipe out quite a bit of enemy health by that initiating that attack by that new guy. So again, so far have not had any complaints about this game. As you can see, we're trying to get through the story, and we will end up using the spell book that they gave us on chapter 3. If you did not see it, go check that out. Again, third day of release, so this game is fairly new. We'll go through the store, and again, we're going to be using the book. So again, we're trying to figure out what is Sanctuary behind, and kind of maybe film corruption going on. The great thing about this game, guys, as you keep going on, you can do the main mission while also doing the events that they got going on right now, because there's many different events where you can grind and get various materials and hero cards, so you can start getting those different hero cards. You will see later on I actually added a hero to mine, which we will get into that a little bit later. But as you can see, we're going to use the Book of Demons is the only key. So you mean this book? As you guys remember, in the last chapter, we did get that book, and with that will let us break the seal to the sword. Before I go into there, make sure you go to the right here, as you guys can see me, and get your materials for basically leveling up various different things. Like I said in my previous chapter, guys, there is a lot of different material, so make sure you don't go on to the next area until you truly search around, because like every Devil May Cry game, you guys will have noticed, if you are a Devil May Cry fan, that a lot of times the maps have more materials than you realize at first. So anywho, we're gonna go into another timed event. Notice, remember again, just like I was telling you guys, these are timed events, or not timed events, but timed attacks. Now on this guy right here, as you guys can see, we're gonna set him up, boom, and that's where you can see where that guy himself can really up good counter attack. I really like when you counter attack, because it's got some pretty cool gameplay when you get that. I always try to follow through with getting my ground guys, and then as soon as I do, adding her into here to make fast work. Again, these guys right here, the Silver Knights, you can really plan on getting a good counter attack. Also, just to let you know, there's that counter right there, boom. If you get them in a row, you can get a double hit, which is always very useful, and follow up with a combo. Again, guys, have your hits, bam, another good counter attack. I love when I absolutely get a good counter attack, and it makes just a beautiful sequence, especially since I am, recording these videos when I do them, and I go back and I'm just like, man, that's good gameplay. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. These Devil May Cry games on mobile, Peak of Combat, is, to me, just as good looking as on the PlayStation platform. So it's pretty cool to see it. Now, on this part right here, I actually get killed, which is kind of embarrassing. But these guys right here are a little bit heavier of tanks, or at least what I would consider. So try to dispatch those guys as fast as you can will definitely help out. But I switch forms, and then I lose all my combat right here because I did not roll towards using that evasion to close that gap, guys, is key, because otherwise you lose out. Now we get to going over here. If you go over to the wall, you guys will see that it will actually help us go on to the next part. But as you guys will always notice, I will always look around to make sure that I grab whatever I need to grab, material-wise. But we'll move on, and we'll touch this cool-looking thing, and push, and what do we get? A hidden room. I knew that was coming. Well, I didn't really know it was coming, but still cool. So we'll go on here. Again, you guys are going to notice something here in a minute. If you are not strong enough to go on to, the cool thing about this game is it's going to let you know that you're undeveloped, are basically not able or strong enough for it or recommended. So you can go in there and it'll show you automatically. Now, unfortunately, at this part of the game, I ran out of stamina. So for chapter 4, that ended chapter 4 for me. That's why we're going to go into chapter 4 and 4.1 on this, because as you guys see, I will go in and endeavor into different things. I did look at the trials and I was thinking, maybe I'll do a trial, but then I did not want to get into the SS trials just yet because I do not think that I'm strong enough. Again, guys, you can equip up to 3 different trials if you want. And if you don't find yourself strong enough, I highly recommend that you do the events, you do the trials, and then you could also do the various other like PvP and just all the different formats that they do have, because there is various formats. So at this point, when I ran out of stamina, I'm like, what am I going to do now? I did set up a guild, guys. It is Rogues X. If you want to join, you're more than welcome. I haven't really got into the guilds too much because I just started and the game just came out. But as you could tell, the those missions themselves have their own missions, stuff like that. This is the PvP arena. I have actually not got into it just yet. Again, this game is still very new. So, with that being said,
Alright, and as we continue, guys, I'm just showing the various different things that you can do. I kind of hit at a dead stop here, but I did want to try one of the, basically what I would count this as is kind of like an ascension of a tower ascension. What I mean by that is you basically fight various enemies and each level, and as you beat each person, you ascend up the ladder, and as you ascend, and you will see here in a minute that the enemies do get a lot harder. I started, with the first one, made pretty fast work of it, but as you can see, as you beat them, more waves come, and I kind of like this because the good thing is when I ran out of stamina, I was able to actually use this as kind of a filler in here. I would find it very key to use good combat tactics on this and make fast work, because again, guys, it is a timed trial. Right there, I should have actually tried to use my evasion a little bit better, because I could have made faster work with these heavies, which I did not. So I kind of cheated and moved over to demon mode for Dante. But these trials here, from the ones that I did, guys, will definitely, how do I say this in small words? Will basically test your might and your ability to have good combat attacks. So floor cleared to, like I said, guys, this is kind of like a tower of ascension trial, meaning that you climb levels as the levels get up. They do get harder. Now, my guys are still pretty new, so you'll notice that I don't get too far, but I did want to try something out because I did run out of stamina. Now, the reason I wanted to point this out, guys, is just because you run out of stamina doesn't mean that there's other things that you can't do. Now, if you're going to pay, you can always buy stamina, or you guys can go over here and do the different levels. Now, I did find out really fast and early in the trials that the enemies do get a lot harder. Now, it could be because my guys are not leveled up quite yet, but, they do get a lot harder. So, I tried to stay on this one as long as I could, but at my level, I just got torched pretty bad. Now the only problem is once one of your guys dies, they are out for good, and you're kind of, you know, SOL when it comes to having other people. Because as you can see, as on the right there, each of my players that end up dying, they end up becoming unavailable. So it really does test your might, whether or not you know your skills and whatnot. Now, I would recommend, if you're not getting that far, which I did not, to go back and just grind. And as your people get stronger and you get better hunter cards, I would imagine this gets a lot easier. Now, again, if you're finding your progression not being fast enough for your liking, you can always go and pay to get better things. But as you can see, I'm not doing very good, and I'm not making fast work of these guys. And I only have 2 people, or not even 2 people. I think at this time I only had 1 person left. So you're going to see, luckily I get a couple green stones to do some healing, but it's not going to be enough to really do anything. I'm only on the 3rd floor cleared, and at about the 4th you'll see me basically being destroyed pretty fast. So I'll let myself be embarrassed as it goes through this, and I'm literally just trying to survive. I honestly did just try to jump the whole time and see if I could get rid of this floor, but I was like, this isn't working out for me. So unfortunately, once your people die, you can't have them back. Again, I like this mode. I think DMC did great on adding a mode like this. It really does add something different to the DMC franchise that we have, you know, not seen in quite a while. Oh, sorry about that. Good old Discord not being muted. Gotta love that. The cool thing too, guys, if you have not noticed, you can follow the DMC on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and when you do that, and Discord, when you do that, you get free material. So make sure you go into the game and do that. Yes, my Discord kept coming up on this video, so I do apologize for that. So, but about, I think this time is when I ended the end of chapter 4. Let's go into here and see if that's actually, yeah, I want to say this was the time when I ended chapter 4, which will end up going into what I will call chapter 4.1, because I just ran out of stuff to do, which really is not true. I had just been grinding for quite a while, because if you notice, there's so much different stuff to do on this game that you could literally play it for quite a while and still not get done with it. Because just like we put on chapter 3 of my videos, there's dailies, there's weeklies, and then there's events that are going on. And there is a open, you know, the game just opened up, so they're doing an event for that. So if you get the chance, get out there and do that. Now, Apex of Power, this is another one that I've been doing. You get 3, or wait, no, you get 4 attempts, daily attempts. I would recommend you do them, because they also do give you material, and then you do get event rewards for this. Again, it's a time trial, just another time trial. So when I say there is a lot of ways to get material and get your characters up, there is a lot. Now, on this part, you will see that I'm using something different that I have not, and that is Virgil. I was able to actually get him these new 100 cards that I got, and I will say, of all the new heroes I got, he is just awesome. Now, for some reason, I only used him for a quick second, but his ability to throw his weapon while still attacking other people is pretty cool, and I like it because not only is he fast, but he has ground control where he can throw his weapon, which goes in a circular formation, and then you can continue on with basically dealing with the enemies. So, yes, Virgil was my new hunter card, and I'm liking him quite a bit. So we'll go into 2 of 4, the next one, and again, you guys will see I'm going to go and shake in with Virgil, and he's fast. He's agile, and I capitalized on his counters, because I did find him a little bit easier to counter with. Now, it could be that I was just being lucky, but as you can see, I counter every time, and his counter has a nice game play when it does that. I did find with Virgil also, guys, that I was able to capitalize on my air control and my ground control. As you can see, that is his move right there, and that's his katana. Yes, sorry guys, you will see that my low battery in my front door was useless. I did forget to put my do not disturb on there. But the cool thing is with him now, I was able to get the triple S rank on the slot of slaughter. I think for each one of them I was able to do that. Now the slot of slaughter, guys know there's 3 criteria: how much damage you do, how fast you do it, and I think one other thing, but I can't remember on the top of my head. But obviously the better ranking that you get, the better materials that you get. So you really want to have a team in there that you can get rid of everything and get rid of it real fast. Now again, Virgil is he's just awesome. He's just very versatile, and I just capitalize on the counter every time. I was able to use my evasion technique to get close to the enemy real fast and bam, hit him with that counter every time. I'm telling you, that counter just it just gets rid of it. Look at that, I was able to actually throw my weapon up in the air, which, you know, I usually only use my girl to do the aerial stuff, but Virgil really is versatile. If you get a chance to use him, I guarantee you will love him. Now, he also does have a demon version, where, if I'm sure, and I could be wrong, you can correct me, his is elemental, which is, well, each of them is elemental, where Dante is fire, Virgil is ice or frozen, or however you want to say that. Again, I got another triple S ranking, and that would use up all my stuff. But as you guys can see, not only can you finish this, but you can also acquire new hunter cards. So it's very beneficial for you guys to go out there and do the slot of slaughter. And then as you guys do it, you guys will notice that you'll get a lot of events and stuff done. Now, the main mission, as you guys can see, I'm still collecting stuff from there and climbing up the huge events that they got, such as the earn training coins, which allows you to get materials that you really need, such as the skill manual, which allows you to build up your skills in your hunters. And I did get a couple, I got as much as I could out of them, because you guys will notice that not only is there a weekly limit that you can get, but you will use these skill books quite a bit to get your characters up. So it's very beneficial that you do that. I have not used this just yet, the crude shadow stone, but I figured, hey, I probably will need it later on. They're very few. And so me being a gamer and playing a lot of various different games, I can kind of put 2 to 2 together with seeing what I'm getting from my daily grinds. And this was not an object that I got easily. Everything else, as you guys can see in here, you get normally, just like the Hunter Vault Breaker cards, which you can get easily. So I went ahead and got one of those. Again, this is a timed event or going on right now. I don't know on the top of my head for how long it's going, but you want to make sure to go out there and take advantage of these events, as they are because of the game coming out. So far, loving the game, loving the content. There's so much to do. There's no way that you can play this game and be bored, because there is truly just quite a bit to do on here. And so the cool thing that you guys will also notice is that you can either work on the main mission, or you could do the events. Now, while you stay in the main mission, it's kind of like your hub, as you guys can see right here. You can either stay right here, or you can go back to Sanctuary. But the cool thing is that you can work the different events and still somewhat in the background stay in the main mission. So the cool thing, and the reason I say this, is you really never have the chance of getting lost or being like, okay, I don't know where I am for the main mission. Because as you guys may have seen in the chapter 3 and 3.1, and I think we did a 3.2 video, you can finish each chapter and then go back. Now, there is my Virgil, and he's actually lightning. My bad. Nomadic lightning. So the elemental that I said that he was, I do apologize. I was wrong there. I got this guy for free, just to throw that out there, you know, for everybody. So don't think you have to buy stuff, because, you know, I did get this guy for free, and he is, as his elemental sounds, he is lightning fast. He is a crowd controller. Now, that's just me. I have yet to get, you know, too much into the game, so I haven't got everybody else. I know I've seen a lot of people that are already climbing up the ladder and getting those triple S rankings and even higher. They have some pretty OP characters, but for a free-to-play player, I've done pretty good. Now again, here is those skills that I was telling you guys that you want to get those books to get him up. But Virgil is just, he's awesome on this. So I'm going to switch over to him, and there's just a quick camera look of him. He just has a very appealing aesthetic look. Again, DMC landed it on this game. I think they made a very good game. I'm very excited to see where DMC will go on from here. Again, DMC is only a couple days out, so it's pretty presumptuous to make any kind of assumptions. Hey, I think this will go here. I think this will go. So this will go into chapter 4.1 of the game, and we're just going to try to get through it. Again, I'm going to tell you guys, Virgil seems to be so much easier. Okay, see that? I was able to throw his weapon and then take his away at the same time. Now, I like that because if you have a problem where, you know, you get overcumbered or overwhelmed in your sake with having so many people and trying to get that ground control, Virgil can be a great answer to you on being able to do that. Now, with that being said, excuse me, guys, my apologies. Dante, I still like quite a bit, but I think I'm going to be setting Dante and Virgil up for now as being my go-to group, because they just have what it seems like a dominance on the field. Alright, as we get another wheel, as you've seen in chapter 3, hack and slash this, which will allow us to go through the door. Yay, we're going through the door. So I thought we were going to have to get a key for this, but we're not. The cool thing is once you go in here, yes, as you guys know, I'm going to go for the key. I'm going to go for the key, and I look around. Make sure you get your crystals or whatever they're called, I forget, in that room right there. So, and there is our key. Yes, our key to the door. Are they going to give it to us? Are they going to give it to us? April Fools, we should have already known because we saw that, and it's going to go into a quick 2 minute and 30 second combat. Again, remember guys that so far all these combats that we came into have a timer. Now, I have not taken the time to see what happens if you go over that time or if you have a straight fail. Maybe in a later video I will do that, but for right now, I don't really want to chance it. Because it may simply come down to that if you don't finish it within that time frame, you may just get a bad ranking for that attack. I don't know. Again, I don't really want to try it because if it, you know, makes me lose or has to start over the chapter, I don't really want to go through that. So, again, as you guys will notice, you will quickly level up on this game. So do not worry about it taking forever to level up. So we got our key for our door, which you know, give a little cutscene there, and it'll take us to our door. Again, if you get lost, remember guys, you can hit that left button where it says Sanctuary Secrets, and it'll go on autopilot. Now, me personally, I like having control, so as you'll see, I will run it mostly on my own. And the other reason is stuff like this, where if you didn't catch it at first, you could miss out on some of those blind spots or those things that help you upgrade. So we get the key, and voila! Just like any other door, we get in there. So, yep. Which will take us to, where are we going? Yes. Just another good old door that was blocked. Obviously, as you guys will see that door, that means that basically we're going to have to do something, destroy something, kick somebody's butt. But yeah. So, going on forward. I did look around because as you guys have noticed in my videos, there is a lot of material that is hidden. Make sure you are not just running from room to room without looking around, because like every other DMC game, you'll notice that materials are scattered everywhere. Everywhere. They really are. Now we go into a quick boss battle. I did not have too much of a problem with the Fallen Priest. He is very easily able to be countered, so try to get those counters down. Also, if you read that, you'll notice that this guy can bring in 2 other characters, so you might want to be careful bringing in Virgil to throw out his weapon, and so it'll help you to basically work on just the Fallen Priest. Now, I didn't do too great on countering this guy, but I did use his weapon to kind of crowd control. And maybe get a little out of hand where I was like, you're bothering me, so now I'm going to have to destroy you. I go into the straight light mode with Cross and Dante to make fast work. He wasn't too hard, so I wouldn't worry too much, guys. I always just try to use as much as I can to get that rating up. I didn't do too very good. In this one, as you guys have noticed, because my combos are really faint. They think like booty. But I still was able to get the pharmacy down quite fast, which made fast work, and brought us to a closing end for Chapter 4.1. We will soon here be putting out Chapter 4.2, and hopefully the end of